At the Village's golf cars, we have so many different color choices, finishes, and pattern designs when it comes to custom paint. Today, we're meeting up with one of our showroom managers, Ron Morse, at our Spanish Spring showroom to go over some of these options. All right, Ron, thanks for helping us out.
Good to see you, Jeff.
Hey, good to see you. So we get asked all the time, why custom paint, and do you have wraps? So can you kind of touch on why we do custom paint and not wraps?
So custom paint is durable, it touches up very easily, and it's a very clean look. Wraps, what we found over time, is they're not quite as durable, they bubble and peel in the Florida sun, and you can't touch them up.
All right, so I know you have a lot of stuff lined up for us to take a look at today. Let's go ahead and dive in.
Absolutely, let's go take a look.
All right, Ron, let's start with single colors.
Okay.
What do we have?
We've got plenty of single colors. Each manufacturer is going to have stock colors. Yamaha, Star, E-Z-Go, and Club Car all have factory colors at no charge. However, if you'd like, you can come in and choose from over 400 colors to choose from.
So I've noticed we have just a solid color right here, just
Yes.
a gloss finish, and then over here we have metallic. So there are multiple styles that they can choose from in this book.
Correct, yes.
And there's even some matte, which has been very popular here lately. Can we look at some of those matte colors?
Yeah, let's go take a look.
So here we have a matte paint, and we're seeing it's becoming more and more popular.
Correct,
this
it is.
flat finish. Factories are going to this, and also a lot of our customers have been going to this. How
Correct.
many options do we have on this matte or the flat paint?
So Yamaha has a couple matte finishes that are stock that you don't pay for. This is actually a custom color that's in a matte, and you can purchase any color in a matte finish as well for any of the brands.
Okay, so going on from this, what else do we have in single color options?
We've got candy paints, and we've got chameleons.
All right, let's take a look.
Let's go take a look.
All right, Ron. Next up, we're at the candy paint. And
Yes.
when you look at this compared to one next to it, you can definitely tell there's more depth to this. Can you touch on candy paint?
Yeah, so candy paint is a multi-coat process with the clear coat over it. It's a little bit more expensive than a regular single coat. It takes longer for the painter to do it, and you also can't touch it up. So when you do a single color, we actually give you a bottle of touch-up paint. With the candy paints, there is no touch-up paint, so keep that in mind. And there's about 10 colors to choose from, not the 400 that you get from a single normal, solid, or metallic flake paint.
All right, Ron. Driving around the Villages, our social media, chameleon. A lot of attention.
Yes.
It's a hit.
It is.
Can you touch on chameleon paint?
Sure, chameleon paint, just like candy paint, is a multi-coat process, and depending on what angle that you look at, you might see different colors. There's multiple choices. Some are purple, some are blue, some are green. So if you stand at a specific direction, you may see more green, you may see more purple, but just like candy paints, it cannot be touched up, so you do not get a touch-up kit with this type of paint job.
And it looks like you've got options with this, so you can't just come in and say, I want a blue to orange shift. It would be one of these pre-selected.
They're pre-selected by our painters so that we make sure that they look good together and they're cohesive.
Awesome. Single color options. We've gone through them all. Next up are the two color options.
Yes.
Let's start with these right here behind us.
Sure. So two color options we have. This one is a two-tone with a hard line, and this one actually has a pinstripe as well. And then we've got a two-tone fade. So we've got one color fading into the next.
When it comes to these two-tone options,
Yes, sir.
what can customers choose as far as colors?
Well, the book that we showed earlier with the 400 colors, they can choose any of those. We just don't like to do the specialty colors for the two tones.
All right, so now you've got some cool things lined up for us.
Yes.
We're still with two colors.
Correct.
What do we have going on over here?
This is a streak. This is a streak paint job. You can pick two different colors. We've had people come in and match their house colors, their wife and their husband's car. Whatever colors you'd like, we can do in a streak.
Okay.
Out of the 400 colors that you can choose from.
Okay.
Okay.
Next up.
Same thing, two colors. This one's called a fire. So a lot of times the fire is black, but not always. You've probably seen the blue and the green ones rolling around town. But this is a nice option, gives it a cool little look if you're looking for that kind of recreate your high school experience.
And then finally over here, what do we have,
Yes,
Ron?
nice retro look. This is called Flame. Same thing, has a little bit of a shadowing effect too. This is black and white, but you can see how it's kind of shadowed a little bit, so it gives it an effect that it's almost like a third color, but it's actually a two color option.
Awesome. So let's step up to the three color options next.
Sounds good.
This is one of our newer paint designs.
Yes.
There was another one as we walked in, but there's not quite as many as the fire or flame on the sales floor. Is there a way for customers to come in and visualize or see previous builds?
Yes, we have an archive in our system that sales associates they can bring them up and they can look at previous builds, or you can have your own vision if you want to come in and create your own ideas.
So if someone has an idea or they know, I like this color, they can see all of our previous builds and get an idea of what works well together and what they can do.
Correct. And we can also help coach you. We've done several of these now, so we can help and make sure you get the right finish, that the colors are cohesive and blend real well.
The next 3-color design is the island theme.
Yes.
Tropical island theme.
Correct.
All right, what's going on with these, Ron?
So the tropical theme has become a pretty popular finish for us. With this finish, we've also added seashells, we've added seahorses, we've added little turtles, multiple things that you can do, just kind of spice it up the way you like it. But you can see as you walk down the aisle here, they're all a little bit different. We have ferns there, those have a little thicker leaves. Everyone's different, and the placement is a little bit different.
I wanted to touch on how you said these are all a little bit different. So some had thicker leaves, some had leaves in different placements.
Right.
They're all hand done, which makes these awesome because they're truly unique, and you do have a one-of-a-kind paint job when you go with something like this.
Correct, yes. It is a very unique look, individualized for you.
And I've also seen underwater themes and all kinds of custom designs. What would be the steps involved if someone wanted to come in and get a fully customized paint job, exactly what they were thinking in their head? What are the steps involved with this?
Sure. Well, you want to come in, talk to a sales associate. If you have a picture, it's definitely helpful because then we can just submit that to our painter. Once we get your vision, we actually submit that to our painter. We get pricing. Sales associate will call you back and cover all the details with you.
And if they get too detailed or something's too fine or the artist has their own idea, he'll recommend it and kind of say what he knows in his background, what will work best for the customer on that job.
That's correct. Now, all these are done by hand, so there is some artistic expression, so each one won't be the same. So if you saw a car out in the villages and you want to copy it, we can reproduce it, but it may not look the exact same because of the artist's interpretation and just his vision when he goes and does his paint job.
And we've been speaking strictly about bodies so far. What else could a customer paint to kind of pull everything together on their custom build?
That's a really good question. We can also paint the roof. We can also paint your bezels, your headlight bezels. We can even do the wheel inserts to match the car. And we can also do the rocker panels, which turns out really, really nice. It's a great look to kind of customize your car and give it that finished look.
If somebody has a current golf car and they want it painted with one of the options we've already gone over, can they do that?
No, unfortunately, we don't offer secondhand paint jobs. So how the process works, Jeff, is that we actually remove the bodies. The painter comes and picks them up. He takes them off-site and paints them and then delivers them. So this ensures quality and just consistency for our paint.
If you want to see some of our favorite previous builds, you can see them on our Facebook, Instagram, or check them out on our website. And if you're ready to custom design your very own golf car, stop in, talk with any of our teammates. They'll help you pick out design, color, and everything needed for your one-of-a-kind ride. I'm Jeff with the Villages Golf Cars, and I'll catch you on the next one.